This is the CFP as the committee unveiled them on Tuesday night. Georgia was number 1, Ohio State 2, Michigan 3. Washington jumps into the top 4. I think that was the correct thing to do. Their strength of record is as good or better than anybody's up here. In fact, of these top 6 teams, they actually have the toughest strength of schedule as well. So with all of their big wins, whether it's Oregon that they've beat, Oregon State now that they've beat, this is a team that deserves to be in the top 4, probably deserves to be even higher than that, but they get into the top 4. Florida State falls down. Obviously, the injury to Jordan Travis is looming large for Florida State. We'll see how they play against Florida. So that's the top 6. Let's take a look at the entirety of the top 25, because the only thing of note that you would say is in the event that we get some chaos here down the stretch and we've got to decide between, let's say, 5 or 6 one-loss teams, like let's say Bama wins and Oregon wins and Texas wins, and then all of a sudden you've got 5, 6 teams with just 1 loss, and you've got to decide between them for 2 spots. Well, in that event, it really matters where teams like Missouri, Penn State, Oklahoma, Tennessee are ranked. And at that point, you're looking at this and you're like, well, why isn't Utah ranked? If Tennessee is ranked, why is Utah not ranked? Utah has more quality wins than Tennessee. In fact, they've got a common opponent. Utah beat Florida by 13. Tennessee lost to Florida by 13. In fact, in their last 10 quarters against anybody with a pulse, any quality opponent, Tennessee has been outscored by 84 points in the last 10 quarters against quality opponents. Tennessee is no good. I have no idea why Tennessee is still ranked number 21. And Missouri, I still think, should not be up there. OU has a better overall win than Missouri. Louisville only has 1 loss. You could say that their resume is better than Missouri. So those 2 teams clearly a fly in the ointment, and that could be a huge factor when we come down to the end and we're trying to decide between teams that have potentially 1 loss. Last thing that I would just say about the top 25, I wish we had a 12-team playoff this year because we've got plenty of teams. In fact, if you look at the 25 teams that I say would still be alive for a playoff berth, this gets me excited for the future of college football. First of all, in the conference races, you've got Ohio State, Michigan, and Iowa in the Big Ten. You've got Washington, Oregon, and Arizona out of the Pac-12. Georgia and Alabama in the SEC. Florida State and Louisville in the ACC. In the Big 12, you've got a lot of teams: Texas, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, and Kansas State. And then all the teams that could be at-large participants: Penn State, Missouri, Ole Miss, LSU, Oregon State, Notre Dame, Tulane, Toledo, Liberty, UNLV, and SMU. Folks, college football is going to be incredible in the next few years because we would still be playing games meaningful for the top-end teams, looking for those buys, those conference championships, and we'd be playing meaningful games for all of these at-large teams as well. More fan bases engaged on Thanksgiving weekend is better for the sport. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here. College football on Fox.